Hey, Lara, welcome back. This is our, I don't know, seventh show. Seventh show? What is this? What's our number of our show here?
I don't know. I can't count.
Can't either. Yeah, today we thought we would go a little bit different direction. I think it's a little bit more broad, so I think others might enjoy this, not just the vinyl community. And today's topic is bad movies with great soundtracks. By the way, Lara and I thought of this when we were doing all the planning and preparation for the show. After about 3 months, 3 months, Lara, and actually was born out of another idea we had. So anyway,
Yep.
Enough on that and what we're doing in our personal lives. What are we listening to today, Lara?
Okay. Two things. The first one is Electric Light Orchestra, and this is the El Dorado, a symphony by the Electric Light Orchestra. And I got to tell you, and the cover obviously is from The Wizard of Oz, but this album is maybe my favorite Electric Light Orchestra album. I'm not sure a New World Record and Out of the Blue, but this is, if not my favorite, it's my second favorite. And this is when ELO, or Electric Light Orchestra, they were really knee deep in the symphony part of the music along with the rock and roll. This had a lot of hits on it, like Can't Get It Out of My Head, Boy Blue, El Dorado. But the first cut and the last cut really showed you the depths and talent of this band from an orchestral perspective. This is the mobile fidelity version of the album.
Nice.
You can still get this off of their, it's still in stock for like $39.
It's cool.
Now, the second thing that I've been listening to is Blue Rodeo, which is one of my favorite freaking groups of all time. If you like country music, if you like rock and roll, if you like soul, if you like harmonies, if you like great songwriting, this group, Blue Rodeo, is the Beatles of Canada. This is one of their best albums, and I've been listening to this.
Nice, Lara. Nice. So
How about you?
Jethro Tull, Broadsword and the Beast. This is a 1981 release. This is one of their, as a matter of fact, this is my favorite Jethro Tull album of all time.
Really?
Yeah. This is when they started introducing, kind of to keep up with the 80s.
Yeah.
They were starting to play synthesizers in there, but they did it very tastefully. And then,
Okay.
of course, Ian Anderson's flute playing is phenomenal. And the best part of this is the Steven Wilson remix of this.
I know you like that.
Vinyl. I do. Yes, this thing sounds amazing.
Who was playing guitar on that album? Do you know? Was it Martin?
Yeah, it was Martin Barr.
Always
Yeah, Martin Barr was still with them, right? And they have a new drummer. They have had a few drummers in the past. This drummer's fairly good. I just think this is a good album. So
not as many drummers as Spinal Tap, I'm sure, but
No, today's going to be a really fun show. We've got bad movies with great soundtracks. We're going to do a couple review segments of the trailers for each one of the movies, and just kind of, so you realize where we're going. Even the trailers are a little weak. Can you briefly explain the importance of music in film and how it can sometimes outshine the movie? Yeah.
Briefly? No, I cannot do it briefly.
I know. I think everyone else does too.
So think of it this way. How many people have invested money beyond just the TV, but in a nice sound bar, in a nice 5.1 speaker system, in a 7.1 speaker, in a 3.1 speaker system?
Mm-hmm.
All sorts of investments are being made constantly to improve the sound quality of the movies. And it's for two reasons, right? Number one, so that the sound effects sound better and everything's clearer. And number two, the music is the most probably underrated aspect of a movie.
What, is it sometimes a fact that the music was actually created for the movie, and there is some cases, right, where the music was created for the movie. A good example is heavy metal. Yeah. All the music on there was they went around to the different bands and they said, create a song for my movie. And then the soundtrack that comes out of it sometimes is so good that, it's like, well, I don't even care about the movie, even if it was a good movie. But in this case, these are not going to be good movies. These are going to be movies that are not so good. I mean, they're not bad. Well, they're bad. They're bad.
Yeah.
Lara, we're starting off with your pick. the movie that you've picked.
Flash Gordon. And you'll see the music is entirely done by Queen.
Yeah.
They didn't just do the title cut. They didn't just do the finale song. Queen and Brian May did the entire soundtrack for the movie. That is some excellent special effects.
What plaything can you offer me today?
An obscure body in the SK system, Your Majesty.
It's a little over the top.
The inhabitants refer to it as the planet Earth.
I like to play with things a while before
I bet he does.
That's what she said.
Pathetic earthlings. Who can save you now?
Oh, you know who it is. There he is. Looks nothing like the cartoon.
Nice.
Strange object imaged in the Imperial.
Oh, yeah. A lot of plastic in that set.
Remove the Earthwoman. Prepare her for our pleasure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know you got the soundtrack. Is it? I mean, what do you got it on CD, vinyl? I still do.
I have it on CD. This is a 2011 digital remaster of it, so the sound is pristine. But the cool thing about this, like I mentioned before, is they do everything on this. In addition, with the remaster, this version has 6 extra cuts on it, and a few of them are live renditions of some of these cuts from their concert in Montreal. There's only a couple movies where a rock group did the entire soundtrack, not just a song. And another movie where that happened was Dune, the old movie from 1984, and Toto did the entire beginning to end soundtrack.
Yeah, Dune was not a big hit either, was it?
Once again, movie, you can enjoy it, you cannot enjoy it. It either sucked or was okay. Richard O'Brien from the Rocky Horror Picture Show makes a cameo in the movie. He has a role. Not going to say much more about it, except the movie was very challenging to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're a comic book fan or something like that, you may think that, hey, the movie was really good. I don't think the movie was good, but I enjoy watching it. I can't even explain how that makes sense, but I love the soundtrack.
Yeah. So, Lair, I had one myself, actually. A bad movie. I mean, a good attempt, but a really bad movie. Well, here we go. Now, look, does that rock? I think it rocks. Yeah, Michael Schultz, B-movie director. They did great on the production, but cheaped out on the directing.
Yeah.
I think he's still directing stuff. Oh, yeah, there are the Bee Gees. Right on. It's not even hitting them cymbals.
Hey, you know what? If I had to choose between the Bee Gees doing this and disco, I'd choose this.
Oh, no, I agree. It's a funny thing. The producer of this movie did Saturday Night Fever and Grease. It's just as bad as it looks. It's the worst.
And didn't Steve Martin play?
He did. He's coming up. Here's Alice Cooper, man, with a mustache.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There he is.
This is the worst, dude.
Oh,
he was
my
so
God.
good in Saturday Night Live and all the cool skits that he did. And, how wild and crazy guy. And some of the movies are phenomenal. Like The Jerk, great. Oh, my God. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
Look at Frampton's Goldilocks head, boy.
Here's another good song, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
This was great. I think that was the highlight, I think.
I do too.
Yeah, that was great. Paul McCartney said they did it better than we did because they made it their own. They didn't just try to recreate a song.
Yeah, good point. All right, I think I've seen enough.
Yes.
I actually own the VHS of that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I figured I'd share with y'all.
Nice.
Yes, here's the Sgt. Pepper on VHS. I actually saw this movie when it first came out in the drive-in theater. So
I saw it in the regular theater.
Did you?
Yeah, sure did. Yeah.
Here's the and these are pretty. You can get these at like record fairs and record shows and stores in the $10 maybe bin, depending on what it's in.
Yeah.
Look, the album was cool. The artwork was cool. And of course, I think most folks know Aerosmith Come Together on here.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They tried to fit the lyrics to the movie, right? Because obviously we know Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Coming in through the bathroom window.
Yeah, see, that's the Beatles, right? So there was no idea. So these people decided, well, we'll make a movie out of all the lyrics. And quite frankly, that whole entire album didn't make any sense. I mean, there's no continuity. So, I mean, they had to name a girl Strawberry Fields. I mean, it's all... Anyway, if you get a chance and you see this in the discount bin, there's CD, and believe it or not, I know this is going to sound strange, but they actually do have a Blu-ray release of this as well. I don't know why you would do it. The quality was good. I mean, as far as the film and cinematography,
I guess
as far as everything else, the acting, it's just the worst. There's a few more soundtracks, movies and soundtracks that you had in mind. Did you want to show them?
Yeah. Let me go through just a couple of them. Most people that know me know I'm a big Godzilla fan, but when the first American Godzilla movie came out with Matthew Broderick, I was first in line to the theater. I was first to get the heck out of the theater because that was not a Godzilla movie. That was a monster movie, but not a Godzilla movie. Godzilla doesn't run away when he's attacked. Surprisingly, the soundtrack to that crappy movie was really pretty freaking good. They cover David Bowie's Heroes by the Wallflowers, Puff Daddy and Jimmy Page doing Come With Me, fantastic. Jamiroquai, Rage Against the Machine, Michael Penn, Sean Penn's brother, Fuel, Foo Fighters, Green Day, all sorts of good groups, really putting quality cuts on there. So I really like that. You can show some Godzilla models I have. Only a few. Trust me when I tell you I got 30 more over here. Next one is to a mini series called The Stand. W.G. Snuffy Walden, very much an acoustic Americana kind of guitar player. And he did the music to the soundtrack of the entire 5-episode series. The interesting thing about this is they got Blue Oyster Cult to go back into the studio and redo 2 cuts just for this series. So they did them as instrumental cuts, no vocals. And that was Don't Fear the Reaper and Godzilla, of course. And they played, especially Don't Fear the Reaper, played a critical mood setting in the beginning of the series, the first episode. So what
sucked about the movie, though?
The effects, the special effects, although there's not a lot of it, but what they did have in the series was so bad it was laughable because technology wasn't there yet. And it looked hokey. Is what it looked like,
Okay.
Anyway, just one more I just want to mention because who would ever think of thinking the music to the movie Cruella by Disney is anything but sucky, just like the movie was, right?
Wasn't that like the Dalmatians thing there?
Yeah, it was, right? And listen to who does the music on the soundtrack. You got Bloody Well Right by Supertramp, Whisper Whisper by the Bee Gees, 5 to 1 by the Doors, Fire by the Ohio Players, Whole Lot of Love and Come Together by Ike and Tina Turner, Living Thing by Electric Light Orchestra, Stone Cold Crazy by Queen, One Way or Another by Blondie. Should I stay or should I go by the Clash? Anyway.
Well, Larry, I mean, how do you fit all of that music, that kind of music into a movie about the 101 Dalmatians or something?
I have no idea because
have you ever watched it?
I watched the movie once,
oh, boy.
but I don't remember any of it.
I think that might have been the problem with the movie. I mean, I'd have thought, oh, this is going to be some nice orchestral music and they're, cool Disney way. But instead, we're throwing a bunch of, hard rock acts in there.
Maybe they should have put in Who Let the Dogs Out or something. I don't know,
I suppose there.
So what do you got as?
I have one, just one.
Yep,
I mean,
okay.
To be honest, I have a lot of soundtracks, but I buy them because I like the movie and the soundtrack.
Yep.
But not, I do, as I said, I have a couple that I like just because of the soundtrack, and it's this one here. Do not like this movie. It may be something you like. Singles. You see it? Okay?
Oh, okay.
The whole movie's about this. It's just touchy-feely things in Portland, Oregon. Okay.
Gotcha.
It speaks for itself. So
You lost me at touchy-feely.
well, you lost me at Portland. Here's the interesting part of it. It's all like the B-sides. So it's none of their popular stuff. It's like the deep cuts of each one of these groups. Yeah. And that's, look, I wouldn't listen to it if it was the same crap you could hear on the radio.
Right. Sure.
It's curated well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's very good. All right. So for the food conversation, I'll continue with, and I credit Todd for getting me to try this because I have seen many people from the Philadelphia area come down south and open up food trucks and even a couple stores where they sell Philly cheesesteaks. First of all, if they call it a Philly cheesesteak, it ain't a Philly cheesesteak. A Philly cheesesteak is just called a cheesesteak. Lil's is one of them, and then Primo's is really, 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 they're just top notch. Todd, why don't we end the show with another trailer?
Yeah, I got it right here. I brought it up. You said
at the far
Masters of the Universe.
There is a planet.
This is bad. I don't think any soundtrack could redeem it. Hey, like us, please. Subscribe to us, please, and comment more than anything. Give us comments.
To the death.
Yeah, right on.
We love reading them and responding.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And we've gotten some great comments. And sharing your thoughts and ideas, not just comments about the video, but share your thoughts, your ideas. Tell us what you've seen. What your worst movie is, but you got a great soundtrack for it. We're all into that. We'll check it out.
And don't be bashful if you think either myself or Todd are really, really good-looking studs and really translate well to this medium. Let us know. That's cool. That's fine. We can handle it.
You're insane. All right, let me turn this crap off. All right, Larry. All right. We'll talk to you in our next episode. Determined. Thanks for everybody for joining us. Have a great rest of your
See y'all.
week. Bye-bye.